Hi everybody. I just thought I'd take a minute or two here and show you guys a method of cutting glass. I've always kind of struggled with this, and so that you understand this isn't my way of doing it. I saw this morning on the internet and I thought it really works slick. First of all, I've just got a piece of glass. It's a rough piece and I've got a break in it. And I just want to square it off. So I'm going to cut this off square. This end's already pretty square, so this cut's good. Kind of checked it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to mark about where I want to cut it. And I'm going to come in here and make a tick mark on the glass with the cutter right at about where I want to cut, about 15 inches. So I'm going to make a tick mark there. So I can see it. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to make that same tick at 15 inches the same way. Right there. So now I've got two marks on the glass that I can use as a gauge to get my square cut. I'm just going to hold this up against a straight edge. If you had a square, it'd work better. And I know the distance that I have to hold the straight edge is half the thickness of this cutter. But I'm going to line that cutter up with my line that cutter up to that mark that I've put on the glass. And that's where I'm going to cut. But before I cut, you have to lubricate this little wheel that's in your glass cutter. That has to turn really smooth in there. That's what cuts it. It's a little carbide wheel. And it gets little bits of glass down in there and will cause it not to cut. So it just takes a little bit of oil. They make this fancy oil for glass cutting, or you can just use 3-in-1. So just a little bit of, just a drop of oil. Oops. Just a drop of oil on the wheel, right at the pin, on both sides. That's all you need. I kind of wipe off the excess. So again, I'm going to come back and line up the wheel right on my tick mark. That's right where I want to cut, is right to there. I'm going to check it down here. It's lined up. Put pressure down against, and you want to listen and hear this sound. Now my straight edge moved a little bit, so this cut's going to be crooked, but you know, if you had a square, you could put it up against a square. So here's what really works nice is, in the past I've always used the end of this, the glass cutter, and held it over an edge and tapped the glass with this, and it would just follow that line and break it, and it wouldn't ever give you a nice clean cut. It would always break. But here's a way that works really well, is you put the glass cutter underneath the glass, and you line up that little wheel, you line it up right on that cut line. And you set your glass down on it, and you put pressure against your hand on the glass down here. You put your hand up over here, and you're going to push down with this hand. And there's your cut. I just thought I'd show you that. It makes it cutting glass really easy. Have a good day.